Okay, this is Jacob Schmidt with DeerHuntingSchool.com, looking at a piece of property here for a commenter or a guy sent me an email, and I'm just looking at it. And the first thing that I noticed was it's a lot of logging going on around it, which is actually a good thing. But the piece of property we're looking at, if you see my cursor here, it's here. It runs down this little road, and then it comes down here. Down in here somewhere, and it goes across and then back up. That's the boundaries that he sent me in the thing. Is that there? And I measured that out, and that's right at 80 acres. I mean, right at 80 acres. And then about half of it's going to be field. So this is probably pretty close to about a 40-acre field here, give or take just a little bit. Should be right at a 40-acre field. We're going to kind of look at the history of this property just briefly. Because I think the purpose of this video, for other than the person that sent me the comment, the main purpose for this video for everyone else is to be able to understand how the history of these properties is going to affect the deer. Because I immediately, when I seen that this has been strip cut. That's a logging type of logging they do. What they'll do is they'll plant trees, and this has been strip cut. Okay, and guys, this has been strip cut. 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 Here, you've got some agriculture, a little bit of agriculture strip cut here. You've got a swamp runs through here, or at least a creek bottom, river bottom, stays really wet a lot. This is some pine tree farm. This is, these probably pretty thick here. Look like they may be young. I'm not sure on that, but I didn't look at the history of them. But this has all been strip cut. This here, the picture's blurry because it's a different time frame. But anyways, we're not going to wait on it to load that. So anyways, so this piece of property here, guys, I went back into the history. So if you're wanting to understand how to use aerial photos and things to understand deer, this is definitely a video for you. I went back in the history because I wanted to see kind of when this stuff was actually took place. And when I first looked at it, I was wondering if this had been strip cut. I do not think it has yet. If you own this property, Jacob, I think that's your name, the commenter, unless you were talking to me as Jacob and your name is Michael or whatever. I think it was. But either way, I think it's Jacob. I think it's Jacob Michaels. But Jacob, if this is your property, when these trees are big enough, I would definitely have them stripped, because that's going to produce a lot of food source for you, like these are here. So, but anyways, I was going back into the thing to look and see what we had, and then I noticed that these were not stripped yet, I don't think. I think they're just really young. This is a pretty young tree farm, and we're getting there where you're fixing to see why. Because here there's nothing here. All the way back to 1994, this was some type of agriculture field or whatever. But I don't know if you noticed, but see this here? This is big woods. Here, these are very big trees in 1994. Now we got to go two frames. So in 1999, in November of 1999, this has been clear cut. Okay, and somewhere between 1999, well, once this is clear cut and then replanted and stuff, it just grows back. It's very thick, very good food source for deer. This here, guys, if you notice here, let's go back to 99, back even further. This looks like it's fairly young, going to be very thick, very good bedding area. And then as it gets older, now you'll see it looks like these were done at two different times, but actually this is one time period, and you can hold your cursor over it, and it'll show the image date down here on the bottom below the screen where you can't see. And then here, these are actually two different dates. This picture's in 1994. This picture's in 1999. So let's go where both of them are 1999. Okay, so this has been stripped. This has been logged. this is nothing but a field. Okay, I'll look at that because, guys, that affects how deer will use areas. If you can see things like that and understand it, especially if you're looking at large areas of public land, where you can hunt all of this around, it's going to definitely affect it, because at this time right here in 2003, this is a young thicket, going to be very thick, going to be some really some bedding areas, some good food source for the deer. These have been stripped. This is going to be good food source for the deer. This is young, very young trees here. They're starting, you know, these have just been planted or whatever. And you can see the rows here. You can see the rows, different rows. But these here are going to be growing up to where they're going to be bedding area and some decent food source, as, you know, some of the undergrowth takes over and things like that. They're going to be definitely, you know, like this. And then you notice these have not been touched. A lot of times that allows for some thinner wood strip. It allows for easy movement for the deer, but it I believe there's some hardwoods down through here, and same here. There's some scattered hardwoods, and these are going to be some bigger timber. Scattered hardwoods down in here. You're going to have some acorns, things like that. You get the right timing on them. And like I said, I have a course on timing mature bucks and things like that, guys. It discusses stuff like when, you know, so you can understand that. But you get the timing right on these things. You know, you have a pond here. So you go back to the history, and you can see what actually was taking place. This is growing. These have been stripped a couple times. You can see here, 2007, you see here, 2007, you see this. These are growing up, probably starting to be some decent, some deer starting to really bed in here. Definitely now, there should probably be some deer bedding here. You see these are getting, you know, bigger trees in 2010. As I'm looking at it, these have been strip cut. Okay, sometime in 2011, 2012, these have been strip cut. Okay, so when that happened, that allowed sunlight to penetrate this ground again. Immediately, the undergrowth begins to grow. So a year later, I know that this is a good food source for deer if I'm hunting it or whatever. Now, this being your property, Jacob, this being your property, you have to take that into key. There's food source here for deer. If you have any bedding going on down in this area here, it could be even off of your property. You know, you could have bedding area down in here where these deer are coming up. A lot of times, they may come up and feed on some of these hardwoods on their way to up into here, and then vice versa. In the evening, they may come down through, down into here. They may come down through around in this area to go out and bed in this swamp. They may be going here to bed in this area here. They may be coming down into here to bed. Same thing with this up here. This has been strip cut, and I don't know when. Let's look back at when that was. I like using Google Earth for this. When was this strip cut? Again, oh, this was newly planted. No, it was planted back here somewhere. When was this planted? I don't see. Okay, it was planted back in here. It's been strip cut 1999, somewhere around 99. It's let grown for a while. Should have been. Looks like it grows. It's getting pretty thick there again. The canopy growth. Looks like it's been strip cut again around then. So there's food source again. Looks like it was, yeah, strip cut pretty heavily back then, maybe around 2007. So it actually looked like it's been growing back. So it's pretty good food source. Could possibly be some bedding. So you may have deer, if they're bedding here, they may be coming across up into here. One they could be bedding here in these swamps. Big deer a lot of times like to bed in swamps and stay in swamps, especially when there's heavy hunting pressure. So you may have deer coming in and out of here, up into here to feed. You may have deer coming out through here, down into this area, working their way through. Things like that. You've got to understand this is going to be food source, probably bedding. One thing that I like, stand location that I'm actually going to point out is around this pond somewhere, because you've got food source. You've got food source here with these hardwoods. You should have some oak trees in there that drop acorns. You'll have deer mingling their way down. Now I know you've got a lot of water around because you've got a swamp over here. Or what I think is a swamp. I'm pretty sure it's a swamp. You may have some little creeks. This could actually even be a little creek, but deer may funnel down. They get a drink. They're in here. They'll come and get a drink, especially in the daytime, because they're not going to be real older deer are not really going to want to come out into these fields to drink. But they'll drink here. If they are bedding in here, this is a super hot spot. Especially during the rut, because you have bucks that'll be chasing does all around, and a lot of these does will stay up in this if this is real thick, and they'll come and drink throughout the day at periods, especially in the middle of the day at the heat of the day when it's really pretty warm and they're needing that water. They'll feel pretty safe around this pond. If this is your property, I wouldn't, maybe possibly, some food sources, maybe a couple of food plots. You could get some no-till, or a bag of whole oats. A lot of people don't realize that you can get whole oats at a feed store for horses. You've got like you've got a road, you've got a four-wheeler trail or something here. You've got that. You could actually turn that into a food plot if it's your property. If it's not your property, you can't control who drives on it and tears up your food plot. But you've got this old area here that should be allowing enough sunlight to penetrate in. Just something to kind of, give some more incentive for a few more deer to be on your property. You've got this area here, up through here, that's allowing some sunlight penetrate. I would definitely suggest as soon as these trees get big enough, let some loggers come in here and do some stripping, because it's going to allow some food. So them kind of areas, the pond, you can even put stands on these old roads here, and here, and catch these deer as they're mingling through here during the day. Catch them, put you some, maybe a food, something here, some no-till. You can get them oats for, $12, around $12, $13 for a 50-pound bag. Just rake it out to where you can see the dirt, fall them out, rain, bam, they grow in the wintertime. It's that simple. You're going to have deer coming out into here through. One thing about the property, it's about 80 acres. It could easily be overhunted where deer won't use it, but during the daytime. So I would definitely, to keep the hunting pressure, more to the minimal side, even if you have to go and hunt, some public land here and there to kind of give your property some rest. If you own the property, I would definitely consider doing some management, with some food plots, mostly to just draw the deer. The deer is going to have food. The deer in this area has got plenty of food. There should be lots of deer because of all this logging going on. They've got the food, but the little bit extra food gives them some more incentive to be on your property. So anyways, this is Jacob Schmidt with DeerHuntingSchool.com. I hope this gives some insight, and to the commenter or the person that sent me the email. Hope this helps you a little bit. I hope it helps everybody that watches it to be able to understand how to use these and how to look at the aerial photos and see different areas and understand how the deer are going to use them. And I always just want to recommend my online courses, and I know a lot of you's like, well, he's just trying to sell something, and I am trying to sell them, makes me money and helps me to, keep this going. But guys, the main reason, I know if you can get them and understand them, they're really going to help you. And I know that that's really the main reason. It's not all about money, um, but the courses are really going to help you um, to understand different timing areas that deer go into and things like that when the hunting pressure comes on. Like I talked about the swamp, stuff like that, guys. It's just there's a lot to deer hunting, and stand placement and things is an art. There's an art to it at different times and things like that in different areas. The deer will use it different ways. Just there's a lot to it. There's no way I can put it in a little video like this here. I can't even put it all into one course. It's just tons of information. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video here. I really think you can take something away that'll help you. I appreciate the sending me the email, let me look at your property, and I hope you really enjoy it, and I hope it helps you out. Definitely you got some good area, a lot of logging going on around it. You should have plenty of deer. One more thing I wanted to look at here, just to see when these were, what this deal is with this patch down here, when this last time these were clear cut. And these have never been clear cut. But anyways, guys, you can use Google Earth like that, and you can see that the difference in the changes in some of these areas. You can see how these are stripped and stuff, guys. This is a very good tool to use, guys. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Jacob Schmidt with DeerHuntingSchool.com. Have a good day, and bye bye.